Welcome back to the channel, guys. Got a weird one for you here today, and I'm not 100% sure if this car is actually for sale or not, so you'll see here in a minute. And you guys like me to tell if it's a rebuilt title or not. It's a rebuilt or a salvage title, so if you don't like that, keep moving. This is the 27th produced as far as the first production car for the US 49. It is a 223 Caviar 2016 with LA30 red interior. And it popped up on cars.com and Capital One Cars for Sale at Lexus of New Orleans in Metairie, Louisiana. And again, I'm not sure what's going on here because it shows as a salvage title car, and Lexus dealers do not sell salvage title cars. They will generally send them to auction if they take them in on trade. And so I'm not 100% sure if this is actually for sale, and I have not gone as far as calling the dealer, but it could be just some mess up on their end, but I'm going to go ahead and do it for the data point and the information. Production statistics: 448 out of the 2,347 cars for the US 49 were Caviar. Of those, 202 had LA30 red interior. So it's the fourth most common color combination. So white with red, white with black, black with black, and then black with red. For 2016, 284 out of the 1,417 cars were Caviar, and 127 of those had LA30 red interior. One of 127 at its rarest. In the GSF world, that's very common. Carfax, Epic VIN, and AutoCheck. Carfax shows this as a 3-owner, 1-accident salvage title, and it was exported to Oman in 2022. However, it shows back here in January of 2026 in Metairie, Louisiana, New Orleans area. Not sure what's going on there. Epic VIN shows this as a 5-owner, 3-accident car. I think it's just the 1 accident, and then every time it got moved or run at auction, it showed it as another accident. So I think it's still a 3-owner, 1-accident car. AutoCheck shows this as a 3-owner, 2-accident car, one in 2016 and one in 2022, which is this one that totaled it severe and then exported to Oman. Carfax and AutoCheck both show this car again for sale in January of 2026. So again, I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. I think it is safe to assume this car is a 3-owner, 2-accident car, rebuilt or salvage title, at least salvage title, spent some time in Oman and may be back. Previous sales. So this car first went on sale, since it's an early one, November of 2015, $88,000 in Metairie, Louisiana at Lexus of New Orleans on a 3-year lease. So then it was for sale in December of 2018, $48,000 with 21,000 miles. And it looks like it didn't sell, and they sent it to auction, and a dealer in Florida bought it. So then it popped up for sale in March of 2019, $48,000 with 21,000 miles, again, back in Louisiana. And it looks like they raised the price to $52,000, and then it finally sold in July of 2019. So 4 months for sale. August of 2020, $48,000 again, but this time it has 44,000 miles at a Ford dealer in Louisiana. October of 2021 at Copart in New Orleans with 71,000 miles, and it sold for $18,900 plus fees, and then it was exported to Oman. So now it's showing in January of 2026 in Metairie, Louisiana at Lexus of New Orleans. But that's the original dealer that sold it, and that's, I guess, the dealer that sold it later on. But they sold the car new. The listing doesn't have a lot of information, but it does have all the correct VIN. It has everything else. I'm not 100% sure what is going on here. So now onto the photos. The damage shows from the right front all the way back along the passenger side. It looks like the suspension is pulled back on both the right side, the front and the rear. So I would assume that this car probably has some frame damage when it hooked that rear suspension and probably bent the subframe, which would bent the frame. But there was also disclosed as undercarriage damage at the auction as well, so there may be something else underneath. But the interior looks fantastic, and there's no airbags blown, which is a big thing on these cars. Generally, if one blows, all 12 of them blow, and so that can get very expensive to repair these cars. Frame damage aside, who knows what's done underneath, but it may not be too bad of a fix. And so maybe it went to Oman to get repaired there. You can do things a lot cheaper overseas, and then it came back, and now it's going to be back up for sale. That's kind of what it's looking like, but I tried to look on Import Guru and Import Genius to see if I could find this particular VIN. I can find it going to Oman, but I can't find it coming back. So that's why I said I don't know if it's still there. I can't tell if it came back or what is going on, but it's a good data point for this car in case it does pop up for sale. So as for the price, this car, if it's a rebuilt car and it's really here with 70,000 miles, then it's probably in that $28,000 to $32,000 range, probably closer to 32 because it has lower mileage, but it depends on the repair quality, everything else. And we haven't seen the car for the last 4 years. Service history. So this car has an interesting early service, and I think that matches up to the auto check accident in 2016. So here in June of 2016, they noted that it hit a bump. The right front fender is loose and it was sent to a body shop. And I think that's that damage. However, 2 months later, in August of 2016, transmission service, calibrate the occupancy sensor, and a note on that, the occupancy sensors need calibration after airbag deployments. So that probably tells me that the airbags have deployed in this car in or prior to August of 2016. The transmission service, meaning that the transmission cooler was probably replaced, which kind of tells me that this car probably had a right front hit to it because that's where the transmission cooler is. It's on the other side at the front grille there. A month later, in September of 2016, here's some more information. It states that the body shop replaced the front bumper, the fender, the brakes or brackets, the wheel, a tire, transmission cooler, and there were still several other lights on, power steering light, TVD light. So maybe there's something wrong with the electrical harness as well. In 2016, this car probably had an airbag deployment, right front hit. Auto check caught it, but nothing else caught it. And it was probably pretty severe because of what is described here. So I can see airbag deployment, right front hit to that right front corner, probably a pretty hard hit. May of 2018, the JLB recall was done. So that's the high pressure fuel pumps. Good to see that's done. In October of 2019, the KLG customer service campaign was done. So that is the GPS location, shows you, if you're on the main highway, it may show you off to the side, something like that. That's done. In May of 2021, the ZLZ, the dash replacement, it was inspected, photos sent to Lexus. It doesn't say whether or not it was replaced. I kind of assume it was. Usually if it goes as far as submitting photos, they're probably going to cover it. But also in that same service, they noted that the carbon fiber trim was delaminating on all 5 pieces, and that was submitted for goodwill, but it does not say if it was replaced. Also in May of 2021, the sunroof rattle and rear suspension rattle, and it looks like the tech found that the sunroof was rattling, but they were concerned about the rear suspension rattling, and so I don't think anything got done with either of them here. March of 2022, they were continuing the issue on the battle with the carbon fiber trim, and it looks like they said they had a case with Lexus customer service open, and it doesn't say what was done there, but there was also a TVD malfunction, and the TVD ECU was determined as faulty. So that is an $8,000 part. I don't know if you've priced that out lately. It's an $8,000 part to replace the TVD ECU. It sits underneath the rear trunk, and it's a big gray box with some electronics in it. But the aftermarket warranty that they had on this car, the aftermarket warranty company denied the claim. And so that's kind of crappy. But why do you have a warranty if it's not going to cover stuff like that? But that's really the last thing before the accident, and that's all I have. So if this car is really for sale, it may have a pretty severe hit on the front right that you would have to inspect, and of course undercarriage and the TVD malfunction. That could be related to, well, no, that undercarriage damage, that happened later in 2022. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but there could be some other damage, maybe electronics, but that can be some expensive stuff on these cars. The carbon fiber trim, all 5 pieces were delaminating. In the photos in the auction, it doesn't look like they are, so I would assume maybe those got replaced. But at the end of the day, we don't know if this car is really here or if it's really for sale. And so I guess I would say for now, buyer beware, and unless you can prove, put your eyes on it. But there are no current photos of it, and I guess when I get finished filming this, I will call the dealer and see if that car is really available. I kind of suspect it's not. I kind of have a feeling that's the case, but otherwise this car is in Oman and it's not here in the US anymore. But that's what I've got for you guys. VIN 0189, it's an early one. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon.